to this. If you have a social media page, make sure it is not filled with commentary on the Middle East. And when a Palestinian student objected, the dean of the journalism school, a man called Jelani Cobb, stood up and said to the entire student body, "Nobody can protect you." These are dangerous times. That's journalism students at Columbia University in the United States being told to avoid posting, publishing, writing anything that might upset the current administration in the United States of America, and being told by their own dean, the dean of their school, nobody can protect you. These are dangerous times. And J.D. Vance stands up in Munich and claims that our freedom of speech is somehow under threat.
Children will be taught to love America. Children will be taught to be patriots. Children will be taught civic values for schools that want federal taxpayer funding. So as we close the Department of Education and we provide funding to states, we are going to make sure that these funds are not being used to promote communist ideology. For any nation to be successful, it cannot teach its children to hate themselves and to hate their country. So these are a few of the areas in which President Trump has fought the cancerous communist woke culture that was destroying this country, where we were led to believe that men were women, that women were men, that racial discrimination was good. That merit was bad, and that safety and physical security mattered less than the feelings of liberal ideologues.
Donald Trump wants to disappear U.S. citizens.
Homegrowns are next. The homegrowns
This is illegal, unconstitutional, and un-American, and it has been un-American since 1776. The Declaration of Independence called the British king tyrannical for transporting Americans, quote, beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses. It is ludicrous to trust that the Trump regime will give Americans due process before it tries to deport them. The vast majority of the people already sent by the United States to a prison in El Salvador have no criminal record at all. Some are married to Americans. Some have children, like Kilmar Abrego Garcia. And Trump's team repeatedly lies to the public about Garcia, a man they admitted was sent due to an administrative error. They call him a gang member and terrorist with zero evidence, no trial, and no conviction of any crime whatsoever. Do you think they wouldn't deport you if you crossed them? Every dictator in history has claimed they'll only use their powers to go after the worst of the worst. Every dictator in history has lied. If Trump can disappear green card holders for protesting war, he can disappear you. If he can disappear visa holders for criticizing him, he can disappear you. If he can disappear asylum seekers for tattoos, he can disappear you. We must speak out now, before there's no one left to speak out.
House Judiciary Committee right now, you're not going to believe this. I'm kind of stunned that I have to tell you this. Republicans just voted, every single one of them, to allow Donald Trump to deport U.S. citizens. Not like deport unlawful, violent immigrants. No. They just voted in our committee to allow Donald Trump to deport U.S. citizens. That's where this is going. They just voted to allow that. I've never thought I would see this before. I never thought it would come to this, but that's where we are right now. And so just on the other side of these doors is the hearing that I'm in right now. I'm going to get back in a second because we're still voting on other matters, but it's not shocking because this is always where it was going to go, but that's a dictatorship. That's a dictatorship. It's a fucking dictatorship.
If anyone doesn't think that there's a form of martial law in Los Angeles, I just want to introduce you to Checkpoint with military. There's like, hello, how's it going?
You guys got a pass?
Yeah, press pass.
Medium.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are good.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, this is full military equipment in a civilian population. So that's what's happening in Los Angeles.
Hey folks, I'm sure by now you've heard about the White House issuing an executive order directing the Department of Defense and the Department of Justice to coordinate with local law enforcement in deploying national security assets. Personnel, training, and non-lethal capacities to assist crime prevention.
So let's go through it together calmly. The executive order is called Strengthening and Unleashing America's Law Enforcement to Pursue Criminals and Protect Innocent Citizens. And in Section 4, it calls for using national security assets for law and order. Quote, within 90 days of the date of this order, the Attorney General and Secretary of Defense, in consultation with the Secretary of Homeland Security and the heads of agencies as appropriate, shall increase the provision of excess military and national security assets in local jurisdictions to assist state and local law enforcement.
They're deranged is all I can think of. I cannot believe, I think some of these judges think they are beyond and above the law, and they are not. And we're sending a very strong message today. And we're sending a very strong message today. And we're sending a very strong message today. And we're sending a very strong message today.
And we're sending a very strong message today. And we're sending a very strong message today. And we're sending a very strong message today. Strong message to